Hey everybody. This week we're going to do something a little bit different. This week, let's celebrate. Let's go out and let's celebrate the entire week, everything that has gone on throughout this year. I know that this year has been jacked up for a lot of us. I know that we haven't been able to accomplish all the things that we wanted to accomplish, but we have accomplished some things. I want us to take a look back at January 1 and look at where we are today and see, how far we've come. I know this COVID-19 has altered our plans. We've had to go through and rearrange things. We've had to go through and adjust some of the things that we were trying to do. But we've done some things now, and we may not have gotten as far as we wanted to, but we've gotten somewhere. Now, I will say that I'm sure there are people that have started off the year and actually were able to maintain what they were trying to do. So COVID-19 may not have even affected them. And even with that, there may be people who have been more successful this year than they thought they were going to be, because COVID-19 may have even helped them out, because we've gone kind of digital with so many things, remote for a lot of things. So a lot of the technology stuff may have taken off. So anybody in that area may have gone through and actually had a really, really great year, or continues to have a great year. But now we flip it around and we may have people that, they're still doing their business. They're just barely keeping their head above water. But they're still doing it. They're still treading. They're still moving forward. And for anyone else that may have actually had their business, unfortunately, may not have survived through this COVID time, we're still celebrating everybody, successes, keeping our head above water, or even the lessons learned from this. We're not looking at anything as a failure. We're looking at things as lessons learned. So those whose business may not have been able to survive at this point, I'm not saying at all, we're just saying at this point, because what it allows you to do, it allows you to now take time, reevaluate what you have, figure out where you can make adjustments, figure out whether or not you are marketing it to the correct people, or maybe there's a different plan for you. Maybe there's a different business that you may want to go in, because now the things that you see in COVID-19 are happening with COVID-19 is allowing you to go in a different direction. So we want to go through, and no matter what level you're at, we want to celebrate. We want to go through and celebrate, because we all deserve to take time and take a look back and see that, yes, we have done things. And yes, we are making strides. Not everything is lost. Even if you feel like, you had a business that you wanted to get started, but you didn't because of this. Well, this is also time for you to reevaluate that. Look at your plan and see whether or not it's pandemic proof, whether or not you can actually survive if this was going to happen, or would you have survived if you had actually started up the business. So now it even allows you to go through, reevaluate, reinvest, become a little bit more diverse if necessary, or even come a little bit narrowing as far as what you were trying to do. But once again, we're still celebrating you. This week is all about celebration. Now, I also go into some things with celebrating the successes. So I always feel that God always gives me some type of a confirmation as to what it is I'm going to be doing, and you probably get it as well, as to what you're going to be saying, what you're going to be doing. So it was very interesting today at church this morning. My Pastor Kendall Anthony Logan at the Mount Zion Missionary Baptist Church in Glendale, Ohio, hashtag MZG. He was actually speaking today, and he was speaking on Daniel. Now, we all may be familiar with Daniel in the lion's den, how basically he was thrown into the lion's den and God kept the lion's mouth closed, and he basically was able to sleep all night and get up and walk out without any issues. But that's not actually what we were talking about today. We were talking about how he got into the lion's den. So Daniel himself was actually very successful. The king, he found much favor in the king's sight, and the king put him above all the other leaders. So Daniel, not being from there completely, as far as from birth, growing up, so those that were in charge basically didn't like the fact that Daniel was over them. So yeah, new guy comes in, he's in charge of everything, and people are hating. Now, I'm sure for some of us that have had management positions, coaches, whatever it may be, all of a sudden we're put in a position and we're put over people that may not like us. Daniel was in that situation. Now, they hated Daniel so much that they actually tried to figure out a way to not only get him out of his position, but to actually kill him. So what they actually did was they actually tricked the king into signing a law that said that anybody that prayed to anyone other than the king, or I should say in the king's name, for the next 30 days was to be thrown in the lion's den. The king agreed, not knowing why, or basically who it was going to affect. Now, I'll put a pin right there so we can talk about that, because they knew what Daniel did. They learned Daniel. They studied Daniel. And they knew that Daniel prayed to his God 3 times a day. He every day, 3 times a day, without fail, without any hesitation, he always prayed to his God. So what they did was saying, okay, since Daniel's only going to pray to his God, we're going to make a law so that he has to pray to the king. If he doesn't pray to the king, he's going to get thrown into the lion's den. That's what your haters are doing right now. Your haters are figuring out what weakness you have. And for Daniel, it's not even a weakness. For you, it may not even be a weakness. It's something that you actually do on a regular basis that helps you to get to where you are. So don't ever stop doing it. But once again, what they did was Daniel, they found out what it was that he did, and they used it against him. So they had the king sign it. Daniel, knowing that this law was in effect, didn't care, because Daniel knew that he served a good God. He served a delivering God. He served a God that no matter what anybody else said, he's in the position that he's in because his God put him there. So he still refused to obey that law, and he still prayed to his God. They, of course, was waiting for it to happen. They went to him, they arrested him, and of course that's where he got thrown into the lion's den. There's more to the story. I'm not going to go too deep into it. Go read it. It's Daniel chapter 6. It's worth reading. It's worth understanding and pulling it apart to see how that really relates to today. Because once again, that's what your haters are going to do. So as successful as you may be, as happy as they may seem that they are for you, understand that not everybody is going to be happy for your success. But once again, who cares? Your success is not for them. Your success is to glorify your God, as well as, once again, fulfilling your vision to allow you to get to the next level that you want it to be. So who cares what anybody else thinks? You just go in and do what is best for you. Whatever it is, routine that you have, that you do on a regular basis, don't let anybody demean that, because that's what's got you there. If you pray, pray. If you have a routine that you go through every morning, keep doing it, because once again, it's working for you. It doesn't have to work for anybody else. It only has to work for you. So what I'm saying is, Daniel put his faith in his God and in what he was doing. You do the same thing. If you pray, pray. Whatever it is that you do, keep doing it. Don't let your haters stop you from doing it. And that's, that's summarizing the whole thing. But that's what we have to realize, is that no matter how successful you are, you may lose people. They may smile in your face and trying to, talk about you behind your back, trying to stab you in the back, whatever it may be. Because once again, for Daniel, these were the other leaders that were around him. So they were close to him. They were close enough to find out what his routine is. So don't be afraid to drop people off. If you feel like they're hindering you or they're against you, drop them off. You may lose friends. Unfortunately, you may lose family, but it doesn't matter, because once again, you have to continue to move forward. If they're not with you, then they're going to be against you. There is no neutrality in that. So either they're going to support you or they're going to hate on you, whether it's deep hate or just kind of a envious type thing, whatever it may be. But keep pressing forward. Now, once again, shifting gears back to where we're celebrating. I am celebrating with you. If you're not celebrating, it's time to celebrate. We are here to celebrate success. We're here to celebrate forward progress. We're here to celebrate who you are and what you're doing, what you're going to be doing. We're not going to let COVID stop us from doing anything. Yes, like I said, it may have hindered some of our plans, but we still have to put our plans into effect. We still have to move forward on the things that we're trying to do. Don't let anyone stop you. Progress is the key. No matter what, don't stand still. Don't let anything stop you. Dash your dreams, dash your hopes. That's why I said, even if you're one of the unfortunate ones where the business that you may have started didn't turn out the way you wanted it to, it's just a matter of reevaluating. It's not over. Don't let your dream of entrepreneurship stop. Don't let your dream of helping someone stop. Once again, it's just a matter of reevaluating and starting again. As I said, reinvest, reevaluate, redo, and restart. Don't stop anything. For those that are successful, congratulations. We celebrate you. We celebrate every element that you have done. Success, lessons learned, we're celebrating. So let's celebrate together. I'm happy for you. All throughout the week, I'm going to be posting things, whether it's just little flyers or whatever, that are just about celebration. And that's what it's about this week. Now, we do want you to still work, so keep working forward. But as you're working forward, we're still going to go through and do some celebrating. So I appreciate you. Great job. Anything that we can do to help promote your business, let's do that as well, because we all need to uplift all our small businesses to help them to succeed. So let's get done. Let's get busy. I celebrate you. Ready, set, go. Hey everybody, thank you for watching my video. I appreciate the support and I pray that it was encouraging to you. If you would like to see other videos like this, please subscribe to my YouTube page, as well as access my website, wordsbywimberly.com. There you'll find links to my YouTube page. You'll also find my blog as well as my podcast link. There you'll also find links to me on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, as well as YouTube, of course, and those can be researched under wordsbywimberly.com. You can also find me on LinkedIn under Michael Wimberly. If you would like to get in touch with me for any reason, speaking engagements, words of encouragement, just direct email correspondences, just email me at michael@wordsbywimberly.com as well. I pray that once again what I am doing is encouraging to you, and that it helps to uplift you and make your day a little bit better. Let's stay busy. Ready, set, go.